I'm a trustee with Denver, Disability Equality Northwest. I'm also on two committees, one is in Chorley and one in Leyland for disabled. I'm not affected at all. I don't feel affected. I don't do anything different now, apart from I give up smoking. Because when I were at Blackpool, on consultant's table, like, you know, he said, "Do you smoke?" I said, "Not anymore." And that's it, I haven't smoked since. I just started getting these pains in my chest. And they were sort of, it weren't like the last one where it was just in solar plexus there. It was sort of more to the left hand side, and then it had to go across, and then my back would start aching, back of my chest and what have you. And it just got that tiresome, and that I'd say I were a bit worried about it. You know, I got a bit worried about it, so that's when I phoned ambulance. I thought I'd go and have a lie down before I phoned the ambulance. I went and had a lie down, and as soon as I laid down on bed, sweat started pouring out of me, and I thought, that's not right, there's something going wrong there.
And what did you actually think? Did you come to the assumption that it was a heart attack?
I thought it might be, but I weren't sure, because but there is a history of heart disease in my family. So, you know, my mother died with a heart disease, and one or two of my kin have got it. But I didn't really think of it as a heart attack. I just thought it's a bit more than indigestion after taking a load of Gaviscon. So that's why I phoned the NHS Direct. I didn't want to phone the ambulance because I didn't want to waste the time, like, you know, if it were just something now that they could fix it with a pill or a bit of juice, a bit of medicine. So anyway, they sent the ambulance and fired me straight into Chorley Hospital. I felt dizzy and sort of disorientated, if you like, and that's why I thought I better go and have a lie down. And it might just be, I don't know, something I've eaten or whatever. And so, but when I started sweating profusely, I thought, oh, there's something a bit more going on here. It's 5 years since my first one, and my second one was last November. The pain was just in my solar plexus, in the ball in the middle of the chest, sort of, you know. And it were, and I don't know if so much it were an heart attack as if it were a valve problem, a pipes, tubes problem, like, you know, because they put 2 stents in me. Put 2 stents in my chest. And
what does that mean?
It's like a stent is, you can imagine your vein is like a tube. Well, what happens when they have to put a stent in, it closes, it sort of furs up, if you like. It's like if you've got an old hose pipe you're using for garden. Eventually it might get stuck in it and it furs up and it blocks up. Well, that's basically what happens, as far as I can tell, with a blood clot. Not a clot exactly, a closing off of the artery, if you like. Well, apparently there were 2 of them that were furred up or whatever, and they just put these. It's like a metal gauze, metal gauze. They put it on this, whatever, this thing that they shove in. Put a little hole in your wrist, and they just fire it up through the vein. And the only bit I could feel was when it come round underneath my shoulder there. And I thought, what a funny feeling that. Yeah. I mean, I weren't frightened and worried or anything like that, and I knew I were in the right place. Well, basically, all they do is they just keep a check on you. They've sorted the heart attack out. They medicate you, of course, and all they can do then is just keep an eye on you. And you're wired for sound and all that, you know. And after 4 days, apparently I was right as rain. I felt okay. You go through this, it's called heart rehabilitation thing at Chorley Hospital, I went. And they've got a gym there. And you do exercise, you do walking exercises and cycling exercise on a, you know, static bike sort of thing. And do different exercises and just to build your strength back up, I think, that basically. Well, my sister, my daughter rather, she were devastated. I mean, I got all my family came up. I've got a brother in Wales, in Cricketh in North Wales. He's had a heart attack. I've got a sister in Chesterfield. Both of them came up to Preston, to Chorley to see me. the rest of my family are in Rochdale, and they all came over. You know, they're a gang sort of thing, you know, there's a lot of them. And they just made sure that only a couple came to bedside at each time. And I was right as rain, me. Once they sort of medicated me, the day after I felt fine until, and like I say, I needed the toilet, and I were going to use one of these glass slipper thing, plastic canvas slippers. I were going on, and that were how it affected me head. What it made me awkward, if you like, or non-compliant, it might be a better way of putting it. I just didn't want to do what anybody said I had to do, because I felt fine.
How good was the information and advice that came from the hospital?
Absolutely fantastic, and I have to say that on both of them.
What sort of things do they tell you?
Well, they tell you, they ask you if you'd like to get into one of these rehab programs, which, if anybody's any sense, you know, they will do. If I thought somebody needed help, I'd say, look, I know a bit about what you're going through. I've been through it myself. If you want to talk about it or you need any help, then I'm here for you.